I realized that I have more self-control. I've been taking care more of myself. I relax and more. And I found out that I talk less to the kids. Yes, they're like, I don't need repetition. And they know what to do without me saying all the time. Whereas before, I would have to keep on telling the same story, the same thing over and over. And I don't. Even if they know they need to talk, they won't just come and talk. Because they just go and do it, what they're supposed to do. Because I realize that they already know what to do. They don't need us over all the time. And regarding to the bedrooms, the clean, there was a mess. They're still working on it. It's much better than it used to be. And it doesn't bother me anymore. Doesn't take my peace at all.
It still bothers me, but I respect. Because I really learned, when we started the program, Jackie mentioned something that the change is going to happen mainly in us. The way we see things, the way we do things, right? And yeah, it was very hard because when you said it, I thought, no, we don't have anything to change because we learned that's how we grew up and we turned out okay. So we passing on the values, they just have to follow along, right? But Jackie mentioned something as well. We are building the relationship for later on. We don't want the kids to just, after they're grown and out of the house, to not have a relationship with us. Eventually we'll have the grandkids, right? I worry in that sense, not because the rooms being a mess, it's a reflection of my identity, but in the fact that I hope they really get the values, because I'm trusting what Jackie said. The values are already there. We learned in the program, the values are already there. So that they are able to pass that along. Yeah, that is the success to us, because there's a lot of patterns and a lot of behaviors, and not necessarily right ones, that we kind of inherit or we learn from our parents. And the environment is completely different. Everything changes, right? Yeah, we are able to have family meetings. We are able to address an issue without the drama. We are able to know how to behave, how to respect them as human beings as well. It's not
to connect feelings.
Yes.
Connect feelings. Yeah. And the I message,
I
feel like message. This helps me a lot.
Yeah.
Especially with the boy.
Yeah.
And whose problem is that? So it takes ownership.
Yeah.
So
they deal with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are able, especially me, I was too much in their business. That, it was, that to me it's our success. We are able to communicate, we are able to get together and address the issue without hurting. And
that's one.
Yeah.
And what else I was going to ask? I was just about to say something.
And I like to see the change in them as well.
Oh yeah, the change. Well, they don't expect most of the things, the way we used to react, is like they're expecting a reaction, right? And it's totally the opposite, and they don't know. They're trying to figure it out yet. How to deal with the new personality. Before we used to trigger him, but I just and I go away. But I know I'm fuming. Yeah, just
self-control.
Just go away. And
self-control.
wait for the teachable moment. Waiting all the time for the teachable moment.
It's hard. Sometimes you really have to. And the other thing is, we're still working on it. It has to relate. The consequence has to relate to the action, right? Sometimes you're like, you did this, that's not going to happen. But no, it has to. It has to. So we are working on it. And we don't hear as much as, that's not fair. We don't hear that at all, period. And the other thing that I have noticed with the recent event is that they're also learning to calm down and then speak. Before they used to come, Mommy! Yeah.
And they come and apologize on their own. Yeah, we don't have to go there and
Not at
let
all.
them just come and say, oh, I apologize. They recognize their mistakes,
Yeah.
and they come and try to make it right.
And yeah, when they really get upset and they say something, especially our oldest, she's more verbal. She says something, and I do what Jackie told us to do, right? We calm down. We remove ourselves from the situation, go and breathe in, breathe out, and come back and say, interesting. We'll talk at a later time or when we have the family meeting. Later on, she just comes on her own. She comes and says, Mommy, that wasn't appropriate. That was disrespectful.
Yeah.
All my years trying to teach her how to behave, I never got that. It was sorry, and that was it, right? And seeing that she actually had time to think and analyze everything and come to the conclusion that there was no, that's a successful.
And for me, I noticed that I'm also get my own time on giving them certain answers because they want everything right away, saying, we talk about it. Give me some time. I don't just give them what they want, the answer right away. So go away. It might take a while for me to get them the answer, but eventually they'll get it.
So we lay the expectations.
We delaying
right?
everything.
Yeah, we lay the expectations and they know what to expect. Yeah. So we are doing it.
It helped us a lot.
A lot.
Helped me a lot. Helped me a lot.
Because before I was used not to take care of myself at all. No time for me.
I can see changes on myself, especially myself, because I put a lot into them, taking care of them and everything, worrying about them. And as you say, sometimes we forget about us, right? So we leave home early, we come home late, we all drained, and then come the kids. So as we find times for ourselves, we relax more, to pay more attention, think more through what is actually really matters. We pick the fights now, right?
Yeah.
We pick the fights. Most of the stuff is not worth to fight. Just let it go. It's kids. Eventually they will.
And the other thing that I also remember, I talk to them as you would like to be talked to.
Yeah.
Because, before we were out of control. But that's the perception that we had, right? That's how we grew up, and we thought we were passing along the values. Those are not values.
I remember when the boy he fell from the bed and he hit himself, right? He get some stitches, right? And the nurse was saying, so you were playing on the bed? And he said, no, I was making my bed. And they realized I was trying to connect the feeling with him. So how do you feel about it? He said, I'm frustrated, Dad. And I understood because he was trying to make his bed, and the nurse was saying he was playing on the bed. And nobody was like, looked like nobody was believing him, right? I had to step up. No, he was making his bed. He, came alongside him. We had a good time together, although it was hard. We're still in the hospital. We connected, and I could see that sometimes we just assume things, and it really triggers out something else in them, right?
Yeah.
Angers.
Yeah. Is we able to connect feelings, especially, help us a lot. It creates a conversation, gives room for everything else.
We have a relationship now.
Yeah.
Before we used to be parents and they're the kids, and it was like a company, an institution, and you evolve it. But now we have a relationship. We really do. We really do. When we sit and we want to spend time together, before they start asking to stay home, but now even if we sit, they'll come. Yeah, we really have connected right there. We tried so hard to keep them in the right path, and we were losing them, right? Instead of really connecting. Yeah, I think that's our story.
The